BJP candidate M. Rameshwar becomes a new MLA of 37th Kaching Assembly constituency. Chief Minister Nongthombam Birren expressed confidence of the BJP winning by-election in all assembly segments. INC candidate Dr. Lam Ting Hang Haokip demands a repoll in Saitu Assembly constituency. Supporters stormed the Kangpokpi DC office. Police foiled women vendors of the Mayanglang Fijoy in the Khairamban Imam market from holding a meet for resumption of business. Discontent public relation executives of Lamjingba Group, the Shield Head Office and other subsidiary offices of the Lamjingba Groups. And India reports over 45,000 new COVID-19 cases in last 24 hours, pushing tally over 85 lakhs. Recovery rate stands above 92%. Hello and welcome to Impact News. You are watching Afternoon News. I'm Kanel Shambanduram. To stay protected from coronavirus, wash your hands frequently, wear your masks properly and maintain a safe distance. Now top stories and latest news at this hour. M. Rameshwar of the BJP today sworn in as the MLA of 37th Kaching Assembly constituency. Speaking to Speaker of the Manipur Legislative Assembly, Y. Kim Chan administered oath to M. Rameshwar in the presence of Chief Ministers, MPs and MLAs at the Assembly complex. It may be recalled that the High Court of Manipur allowed the election petition number 1 filed by M. Rameshwar in 2017, setting aside the election of the Y. Chandra to the 11th Manipur Legislative Assembly and as Kaching MLA for 2017 to 2022 termed as null and void on November 5. The court comes to the conclusion that election of the Y. Chandra in violation of the Indian Constitution's Representation of the People's Act is null and void and declared his closest candidate in the 2017 Manipur Legislative Assembly election of Kaching Assembly constituency BJP candidate M. Rameshwar as elected member. It may also mention that Y. Chandra, who hopped from the Congress party to BJP and back to Congress again, was earlier disqualified by the Speaker of the Manipur Legislative Assembly. Speaking to media, newly sworn in the Kaching MLA M. Rameshwar said that his priority is to actualize and implement the vision of Chief Minister Nongthombam Birren-led government's Go to Village, Go to Hills and School Fagat Hansi missions. He asserted that these 3 missions were unheard of in any part of the country earlier, and those are being replicated by different states now. He termed the recent High Court's ruling as a justified landmark decision. Rameshwar said his faith in the judicial system has further enhanced after the decision.
Till today in Manipur or even in Eastern India, such cases has never been, but it has never been taken. As per the provision of Section 101D of People Representation Act, the judgment has been passed is a non-disclosure of material facts to the voters, which amounts to undue influence and which again amounts to corrupt practice. So it is as per the law, and I'm very happy my faith on the judicial system in India has enhanced, and I further hope that this kind of judgment will be passed more in Manipur and rest of the country.
Speaking on the sideline, Chief Minister Nongthombam Birren expressed confidence that his party would register win in all the assembly segments whereby elections were held on 7th of November to strengthen the stability of the BJP government. He also appreciated the people of the state for their support to the government. Birren said his government welcomed the High Court's verdict of electing M. Rameshwar as the MLA of the 37th Kaching Assembly constituency by declaring Y. Surchandra's election as null and void. The Chief Minister said that in a democracy, legislature, judiciary and executive have separate functions and powers. He said that in the election petition filed by M. Rameshwar, the judiciary has rightly exercised its own power and the governments respect it. Responding to Impact News query regarding a protest by various groups over the constructions of a tribal freedom fighters museum, the Chief Minister clarified that it is a central government funded project and it is not specifically mentioned in the project details to name the museum after Rani Gaidinlui or to construct the museum in her native village. Biren added that the state government has no problem to name the museum after her or construct in her native village in Tamalong if the people want it and the central government permits the same. He said cabinet will take a decision on the same in consultation with stakeholders concerned. The Chief Minister added that government has invited Band protesters along Imphal-Jiribam Road for a peaceful dialogue.
Judiciary, legislature, executive. High ahum sigi function. Akoi kai khumna bagaloina na High Court ki verdict si ngasi dagi honorable MLA waraba Ching AC Rameshwar mangonda pira iba tara ibrai si akoi appreciate tawi welcome tawi. Actually masi confusion kara create tawbune masigi senapati da puram bagi matang si da Rani Gaidelu gi wena ejek lakpanate. Jila iba posi tribal martyrs ki museum ma saw hai. Although Rani Gaidelu ki Gaidelu ki nata bra hai badu so akoi explanation nama koi ada hangnari hai ba si ira ke pira isi da Rani Gaidelu ni ejek palakta bhai tare ado akoi na sema pamba so Rani Gaidelu gi magi hometown magi birthplace to ne akoi na magi memorial park sangkot ning base ado akoi center ga hangnari center na kari gumba akoi na hangnagi badu da yes magi Rani Gaidelu ki tawgoda bani haira ga di definitely akoi hojiki magi birthplace to da tawna na akoi government decision logani.
Congress candidate Dr. Lamtingthang Haokip has demanded repolling in Saitu Assembly constituency citing unfair conduction of the November 7th by-election in the constituency. Irate Congress workers and supporters of the candidate stormed the DC office at Kangpokpi headquarters demanding repoll in the constituency. They also allege returning officers subventioned Sapamd of carrying out malpractices in the election and demanded his termination. INC candidate Dr. Lamtingthang Haokip tried to submit a memorandum demanding repoll in the constituency to Kangpokpi DC Kamp district election officer, but the DC was not in the office.
Akoina hairiba polling station tara manung sigi video footage mayam do yengbab taragadi maduiduda undemocratic oiba barbaric oiba yamna ain chumdaba thabak Naharun Singh yauba Naharun Singh na intimidate tauba natragana Naharun Singh na selected fews ki BJP vote thadanabagi adumayam recording leibagi maramna masigi video footage mayam se yenghandaban.
Police prevented vendors of the Mayanglang Fijoy in the Quiramband Imam market from holding a meeting for resumption of business in the market today. Speaking to media, City Police OC Sudhir Kumar said that police has no issue of a resumption of the business transaction in the market, but he appealed to take permissions from the government first. The Quiramband Imam market have remained shut down since March in a bid to contain the spread of coronavirus. Speaking on the sideline, President of Mayanglang Fijoy Yonbi Apunba Lupt RK Sanatombi reminded that they have already appealed to the government to open the markets even just for few days in view of the upcoming Ningol Chakoba festival. She expressed disappointment that the government has resumed business transactions in the Pauna, Thangal and other markets but imposed restrictions at Quiramband Imam market affecting their livelihood. RK Natombi urged the government to open the Imam markets with necessary measures before November 15th as the Ningol Chakoba festival falls on November 16th.
Anharon khara government ayabagi matungina piriba mawongdugi matungina koi khara phamanjage koi phamge haban lakjaba nati habanga chije aduga koi masen karar kara mai to phamanjige sarkar dage ayaba logjage haida lakpane ba chakawogi dungto post collection tawjari bangaktani ai phamjage haiba nati ai sahi matam hele ai phamjaro mayamgi damakta ai adudang haijage angang gi phamma yaragadi government ge yabin matun sinbiro phaman biu si haijage lakpaneba kobase khatangang salamina nongnini gi mamangjida yaragadi amukta mafam sillaga phaman biu na sarkar da ayaba nijari haiba.
Discontent public relations executives of Lamjingba Group, the Shield, the head office and other subsidiary offices of Lamjingba Group, RIMS wrote today. They allege Lamjingba Group of duping investors. Speaking to media, the company staff said officials concerned of Lamjingba Group have failed to provide expenses as well as take responsibilities for Kangla package drinking water project which started last year. Despite repeated pleas, the executive appeals for public support.
Kangla package drinking water gi hogi bada yentoki ba akhoi gi jar yentoki ba se masigi expenses se gari bara driver gi ade kari kara gi mayam sigi expenses akhoi da loin tohon ba reinvest over gi matang se tawba matam sida asukoina namjala leiba se mase akhoi ngaijara lak pa se corona malem gi leiriba problem sida so khoin understand tawjaraga tha taruk tare che ngaira lak pa ne do hujikti amuk kamain tok sigen haven the response pb dire chairman je khawba dagi akhoi next stop oirak pa dagi amto unajagi dana tha gi ba che je masing langam gi dire madusu Unahundre, Director Verun, Director Rakeska, Waris Hanarabani, Mayam Pulakanda, Maduda Ayaba, Yanabama, Porakib, Madusomuk, Akoi, Ohendre, Moino Hujiputa Taurise. Adana Maramoira Kanda, Kogi, Public Relations Educative Koyamna, have the Masigi, Mayokta, Yaninda, Pongo Point, Koingasi, Lamjingbagi office, headquarters, the Koi Solonjanba, Masitok Zaban.
Oinamed MLA Kamd Vishnupur district in charge Eld Radhakishore has assured to complete the Loktak lift irrigation low and high level canal within 2021 to benefit farmers in the area. He was speaking on the sideline of an inspection visit at the canal along with members of Ningthau Khong, Lomi Lupt and the former Chief Secretary O. Navakeshwar today. O. Navakeshwar also assured that the BJP government will initiate various welfare activities. Residents of the Bungkok Makha Laikai in Patsoi constituency of Imphal West district have appealed to the relevant authorities to repair the roads of the area. A local resident, Thokchomd Rishi, said that there are around 5 roads in the Bungkok connecting to other villages, out of which the road leading to Yurembam has not been repaired for almost 15 years. He added that the road running from the Changangai Uchekond, where many schools are located, is still in pathetic condition, especially during monsoon. Rishi said the remaining roads are also in deplorable condition, remaining dusty during dry season and slushy during monsoon. He appealed to the relevant departments, works, ministers and Patsoi MLA to look into the applies and take necessary measures at the earliest.
Pasok Kendragi, Lady Bakutam Kumakali Kagi Lambi, Nasidagi Sehi, Mari Mangai Manga, Amukang Taramaduna, Siwa Lambi Sembidre, Yuremangataina Lambi Sisu, Nasidagi Sehi, Tram Pangi, Mamanga, Gisembidre, Aduga, Sigi Harvard School, Messi School, Lambi Sisu, Nasidagi Sehi, Mari Mangai Manga Sisu Sembidre, Lambi, Kogi, Kunkutna, Kogi, Nayopaya, we sang the lady. Adagi, Hainabok Lambi, Sangai Bota Lambi Sisu, Akana Kamapada Sisu, Lambi, Adukimatic Patre, Satuka Sindayana Farak Tare, Adum Lady, Dagi, Pasoi Lambi, Pasoi Patu. Bakoi tamungkuk makali kai dei pasoi patu ta lambi asisu ngasi degi hauraga sahi payame sembidrise sigi yaraga di koi mari leina department singna amtang yeng sembi hai nai media ke thongdai.
Well, now it's time for a small commercial break. After the break, we bring you updates on coronavirus cases in India and the world. We will be back with details after the break. Until then, keep watching Impact News.
Pengba ngaton ningo chakop gidamak bukto bibiyari kumsi sahigi oinati COVID-19 na awaban ng halaba miyam gidamak yenjeraga pengba kg da lupa changa yankei ngaton na kg da lupa changa da yonjegani pam S Tomba and Sons Pengba Farm Hiantang.
ngaton madi pengba protein gi sang yamna wangna yawi amuktang char ga mahau yengbiu tangna phangbangani ningon chako buidamak pengba madi ngaton maman khar offer tawjagani.
Panthoibi Group presents Panthoibi Housing Finance Company Limited, regulated by RBI, has completed its 15 years of service, having 13 branches including Guwahati. Provides subsidized home loan under PMAY CLSS Housing for All by 2022 mission. Panthoibi Microfin deals in microfinance. Panthoibi Nidhi Limited provides loans against fixed deposit and properties. Panthoibi Construction booking is going on for flats, villas, row house. For more details, kindly contact Panthoibi Housing Finance Company Limited and its subsidiary group of companies.
Welcome back after the break. You're watching Afternoon Bulletin. India's COVID-19 tally has reached 85.53 lakhs with 45,903 new cases reported in the last 24 hours, while the number of people who have recovered from the disease are 79,17,373, pushing the country's recovery rate to 92.56%. As per the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, that toll has reached 1,26,611, and active COVID-19 cases have come down to 5,09,673. Maharashtra is still on top with above 97,000 active cases. According to Indian Council of Medical Research, a total of 8,35,401 samples were tested in the last 24 hours. Globally, coronavirus has infected above 5,07,81,000 people. Over 1,02,62,000 people have died, and recoveries are above 3,58,13,000. United States of America is on top with more than 35,61,000 active cases of COVID-19, followed by India and Brazil, while China, from where the pandemic started, is at the 59th position with just 424 active cases of COVID-19. In the northeast states, Assam's total confirmed COVID-19 cases have reached 2,08,789, out of which 6,512 are active cases. Tripura's total confirmed COVID-19 cases have reached 31,514, out of which 1,219 are active cases. Manipur's total tally has reached 20,376, out of which 3,107 are active cases. It is to be noted that Manipur has the second highest active cases of COVID-19 among the northeast states. Arunachal Pradesh's COVID-19 tally has reached 15,389 and active cases are 1,509. Nagaland's COVID-19 tally has reached 9,474, out of which 988 are active cases. There are 1,034 active cases of COVID-19 in Meghalaya, 476 in Mizoram and 273 in Sikkim. Unknown miscreants have shot a nunned Manipuri on his neck. The deceased is 26-year-old Shabir Sheikh, son of Sentu Sheikh from West Bengal, who was residing at Hatta. According to Impact News sources, locals found the body at Utlo Laimanbi Bridge under Nambold police station this morning. Upon being informed, Nambold police and Manipur forensic team rushed to the crime scene for investigation. Nambold police has registered a case. IZP Zone 2 Clay Kongsai IPS inaugurated a new store of the Bazaar, India near Punjab Sindh Bank in Chingmarong today. The store is the third of its kind in the state. Speaking on the occasion, stock manager of the newly inaugurated store, Eld Amar, said garments of the old age, household utilities and kitchen items will be available at the store.
Value format ni koi se range se koi ki 150 t-shirt range te horaga koi adum bagi 2599 ba range ke kino phangani asisina koi third ahum suba hata Manipur da first na koi chikon na malajare second na Chuchampur da asisina koi third number store ni phangna product anam koi garments lejare aduga de koi household item gumba ko kitchen accessories gumba adu maju phangjagani siga kids infant gi horaga ahan 40 above can go 40 age ki bu pujai phangani se ja koi hajik winter hoibna koi winter gi variety full range of variety winter koi da hoji available lai the season koi summer do summer gi range matung na koi pujai available lai gani khoi se ja.
Education Department of Assam will start Aadhaar enrollment drive from tomorrow for nearly 70 lakh students. The drive will cover all government and private school students aged between 6 and 18 years. All the deputy commissioners will launch the free Aadhaar enrollment drive tomorrow in their respective districts. The drive is expected to be completed by March of next year. As a part of the ongoing month-long Thang Ta Gi Numit or Thang Ta Day observance, Thang Ta Day Observation Committee and Eastern Kala Vidya Thang Ta Association Nomaibung raised awareness on Thang Ta art form at the association's office today. Students from the Eastern Kala Vidya Thang Ta Association attended the event held by abiding COVID-19 SOPs. Founder of Eastern Kala Vidya Thang Ta Association Nomaibung Khoishnamd Double Thang Ta Day Observation Committee Chairman Irom Ibomcha Mangang and KIMACS President Ningthaujamd Ajit Kumar Mangang were the main resource persons at the event. Delhi Capitals entered their first ever IPL final with a convincing 17 runs victory over Sunrisers Hyderabad in a second qualifier in Abu Dhabi last night. Opting to bat first, Delhi posted a massive total of 189 for 3 in 20 overs, riding on Saik Dhawan's 78th of the 50. Simran Hetmer unbeaten 42 of the 22 and Marcus Stone's 38 of the 27 balls. In reply, Hyderabad were restricted on 172 for 8 as Pakers Kegiso Rabada took 4 wickets and Stonis claimed third scalps. For Hyderabad, Kent Williamson scored 67 of 45 and Abdul Samad made 33 runs off the 6 balls. Stonis were adjudged as the player of the match. With this win, Delhi will now face Mumbai Indians in the Submit clash tomorrow. Well, that's all we have in this bulletin, but before we wind up, let's take a glimpse at the headlines once again. BJP candidate M. Rameshwar becomes a new MLA of 37th Kaching Assembly constituency. Chief Minister Nongthun Biren expressed confidence of the BJP winning by-election in all assembly segments. INC candidates Dr. Lamting Thang Haokip demands repolled inside to Assembly constituency. Supporters stormed Kangpokpi DC office. Police foiled women vendors of Mayanglang Fijoy in the Kwairamban Imam Market from holding a meet for resumption of business. Discontent public relation executives of Lamjingba Group Shield Head Office and other subsidiary office of Lamjingba Group. And India reports over 45,000 new COVID-19 cases in last 24 hours, pushing tally over 85 lakh. Recovery rates tends above 92%. Well, thank you so much for being with us. For more news and information, please do not hesitate to follow Impact TV on Facebook, Twitter,